Now on the 18th, they more.
The same man now.
Yeah, the same man.
The same man who want for you to go steal.
Yeah, he called me on the 18th.
Yeah.
Now in a around about 8:30, the man called me. He said, "Oh, my man, I'll let you be there and call you back again."
So that time you go to work?
I go to work.
You leave from your working place, you come to the man?
Yeah, I'm from to my working area to Clarence to now go to the man.
To go steal now?
No, I'm not go steal. I go steal. I go to yeah. How you question me, man? The thing you want for me to explain for you to understand, then still questioning me, doubling the question. How many talk clear now?
Okay, let's go now. I beg you, sorry.
I say
when they call you in the night.
When the man call me in the night,
yeah.
He asked me, say, how many of you are working to the area? I say we are 3.
You told the message you're 3.
Yeah. So he said, I want to give you tea to carry to
the message you want to give you what?
Tea. Have milk tea. Have milk tea.
Oh, milk tea.
Yeah.
For you to drink
with bread.
The bread.
3 pieces of bread.
With egg inside.
With egg inside. My butter. So when I carry it to the man, say carry it to the man. When you give it to the man, then you must come back to the car.
So the food make you now carry now so you can go convince your friend now.
Yeah. When I give it to the man, the man say thank you. I say okay. The man say, oh, where you going now? I say, oh, I'm going right here. So one of my friends called me.
Yeah, the same man you go to now.
Yeah, the same man.
The man say one for you to go steal.
No, yeah. So when I go to the man, he say clean the car. Then there are 2 now.
In a jeep.
Then there are 2.
Big jeep.
Yeah. Black BG, photo G. Yeah. So when I clean the car now,
air condition all inside.
No, Papi, you can't wait for me to spin now. I'll leave the whole tour now. You can judge people.
I just asking you a question, sorry.
You can judge people like you can here.
No, I'm a journalist. I beg you, sorry.
The way you talk in the question, you say when I move from here, I'll free. You say when I move from here, I'll free. You say one talk again. I wanted to make a whole talk clear to you, but you talk in the question. Hi, land looking, hi, looking. Then you want force and no more word there again. Why not be looking to the top? I'm not going to again. And said they call me to the office. I go explain.
I think you explain to me that you come to get fair. You say you carry tea to the man. After you carry tea to the man, you come now. So what next now?
And for me, I'll not fair.
Nobody, you getting fair. You say asking you too much question. Hey, they explain things. Say make your egg and bread. You bring it. Okay, sorry. That's why I say sorry now. Okay, sorry.
If you
I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
When I give you answer now, then you.
Okay. Explain again. I'm not asking you no more question again. Okay, let's go ahead now.
Go to school. The English say I need the English.
Okay, sorry. I say sorry now. Sorry.
See, Ali, you take time. You take time.
I'm taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay.
I said I can take time to
explain.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm filled with a profound sense of gratitude and humility. It has been an honor and a liberty and justice for all. Let us remember the strength of our unity, the resilience of our democracy, and the hope that lies in the future of Liberia. As we welcome a new era, let us move forward hands in hand with a shared commitment to building a united nation that will continue to strive on observing the tenets of democracy and adhering to the rule of law. May God bless you all, and may God continue to bless the Republic of Liberia.
Those who wrote the speech, inauguration, everybody happy. We are rejoicing over the defeat of the old regime. We are rejoicing God bless our effort to bring a new regime. They will sing down with happiness. We will write paper for that 79-year-old man. He's struggling to read. And before that, I will tell you that nation. I will tell US, I will bring 1 grand for you. Because you think 1 grand for you, Johnson? I will tell the woman of reading, when you got to the place. In this country,
when you elect a clown and you think that he will be a king, what he does is to convert the kingdom into a circus. This is what we must deal with, and this is what we must say. Who do we elect into our public offices. Because, as I've said before, when you allow hyenas to take care of goats, why should you be surprised when the goats are eaten? This is the same. And Africa is only going to realize our potential in all areas when, by dint of choice, we enable and allow our best men and women to serve in different areas. I've heard it being said about Lee Kuan Yew in Singapore. I've heard it being suggested about Mahathir Mohamad in Malaysia. I've heard it being said about Japan. I've heard it being said about other countries. But there was a conscious decision on the part of those individuals and the followership. We always talk about leaders, but we never talk about the followers. The followers must also style up. Africans on average are for some reason attracted to thieves. Africans are for some reason attracted to men and women who cannot serve her. And when they are not served, then they complain. When Africans are told, choose you now whom we shall release, Jesus of Nazareth or Barabbas, they say, release Barabbas. And when Barabbas behaves like Barabbas, they say, why are you not behaving like Christ? It cannot be done.
In May of 2001, signed a second of two executive orders, number 13213, Defense Exhibit D310, in which it was stated, and I quote, the government of Liberia's complicity in the RUF's illicit trade in diamonds and its other forms of support for the RUF are direct challenges to the United States foreign policy objectives in the region, as well as the rule-based international order that is critical to the peace and prosperity of the United States. Therefore, I find these actions by the government of Liberia contribute to the unusual and extraordinary threat to the foreign policy of the United States described in Executive Order 13194, with respect to which the President declared a national emergency. This executive order did not say the alleged complicity, it concluded the complicity. The conspiracy was born, all systems put into motion, and here I stand today. I never stood a chance. This is the broader contextual matrix that regrettably did not and still has not seen the light of day in these proceedings, despite the gallant efforts by the defense to unearth and reveal the contextual framework behind the charges against me. Now, with the two executive orders, the dogs were let out, so to speak. What followed was a dispatch of the attack pack led by Lieutenant Colonel David Crane, Defense Intelligence 30 years prosecutor. He, Crane, unlawfully unsealed the court's sealed indictment to his handlers, senior U.S. government officials at the U.S. Embassy in Freetown, and was never held to account. The rest of the operational team are Colonel Brandon Hollis, Defense Intelligence, CIA, U.S. Air Force, Senior Trial Counsel, and Armed Prosecutor. James C. Johnson, U.S. Army expert, 20 years on conventional and special operations, Chief of Prosecutions for the SCSL. Alan White, 30 years, Defense Intelligence, recalled from retirement to head up investigations at the Special Court of Sierra Leone. Stephen J. Rapp came on board as chief prosecutor for a short time of experience from Capitol Hill, where he served with the U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee sometime before. It came as no surprise to me that as a reward of sorts for Stephen Rapp's diligence in the execution of U.S. foreign policy objectives through these ad hoc tribunals, he was appointed U.S. Ambassador at large for war crimes issues. In support of the contextual framework of politics, on February 8, 2006, Lieutenant Colonel David Crane, prosecutor, appeared before a U.S. Congress Subcommittee on Africa, Defense Exhibit D404, and spelled out in clear terms the decision taken in support of regime change in Liberia and what needed to happen to solidify that process. There was little mention, if any, in his testimony about Sierra Leone. And here is what he said. I posit that 5 years from now, when the international community is challenged by other crises, Taylor in Calabar, under the protection of Nigeria, will make his move. We will wake up one morning and watch on CNN as Taylor rides triumphantly down the main street in Monrovia to the executive mansion, daring all of us to come and get him. Unless he is handed over to the special court for Sierra Leone, this scenario is not out of the realm of possibilities. He then asked, how do we assure Liberia's future? And he answers that. Ultimately, he says, what we do about Taylor in the next several weeks will determine the fate of Liberia and the new administration of its president, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Crane then sets out several plans, two of which I'll state here. He said, first, hand Charles Taylor over to the special court for Sierra Leone for a fair trial, his kind of trial. This takes him out of the local and regional dynamics that is West Africa. Second, tie any financial and political support to good governance in Liberia. Time does not permit, but the exhibits are present. Not even the Nigerian nation was spared from threats and intimidation, as explained by Fani Kayode, press secretary to President Obasanjo, the Nigerian head of state, who was with him in Washington when President George W. Bush promised, and I quote, to bring Nigeria to its knees if Taylor was not turned over to the special court. And what happened? Obasanjo buckled and capitulated. Now, this demonstrates the significant pressure that was brought to bear on President Obasanjo, irrespective of his personal and leadership obligations to the West African sub-region. And therein lies the dilemma for current African heads of state and government, but how to enter into binding commitments and obligations with the African pairs and remain steadfast, resolute, and unyielding in their fidelity to those agreements in the face of such unrelenting
Where you at? When you stop slipping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on. I know y'all sleeping now. Y'all gotta whip us some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie. And I'm not too sure that the lovers of democracy are sleeping at this time. I'm not too sure the supporters of democracy are sleeping at this time. I am not too sure that Liberians who dearly believe in their country's growth and development are sleeping at this time. I am not too sure that residents of Ganta, Saklepi, Baby, Yekepa, Zombie, Gompa, and you can go on and on and on and on to name the different cities and towns and villages in Nima County that are all set and ready. For more indications to entrust one person to join the other in the Senate and say, go and advocate on our behalf. Go and represent our interest. Go and push our agenda. Don't go and divide the Senate. Don't go and divide the legislature. Don't take your trouble business up there. Let me say a very, very pleasant good evening to all of you across the country, particularly in my county. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to those of you in the diaspora following our broadcast tonight. Our friends, our fans, our followers, our critics, and even those of you who do not like the things we say and the way we say them. It's good to have all of you joining us tonight on our voice as we engage on the different issues confronting our country. And tonight, obviously, our emphasis is being placed on the Nima County by-election that is slated for tomorrow, the 22nd day of April. So why? There are a lot of things happening in Nima currently as I'm speaking to you. We have series of evidence in our possession. We have an audio recording we are going to play that was conducted by Hot FM in Nima County, particularly Ganta, where some applicants who believe that they passed through in all of the processes, they were certificated or they were accepted, just for the National Elections Commission to publish the final listing of those who are supposed to serve as next staffs at the different places. They say that names were replaced with names from Morovia, They are alleging that NEC took individuals from Morovia and sent them to Nima to go and work. After they start their test, they start interview. And they were told that the test is the final result, final stage. Some are even challenging the election, the result. They say, hey, I start the test, I can challenge the result, I pass the test. I challenge NEC. And then just after that interview was done, we saw the list of series of papers surfacing on social media. Oh yes, the names are written in pen, ink pen by the National Elections Commission. Our platform are open still. We've been trying to establish contact with NEC. It seems like everybody said, no, we don't want to talk. We don't know what you're talking about. Let's establish contact. Let's connect. I will get back to you. So as they're getting back to us, the election is tomorrow. We are not waiting for them. We will tell you what is available to us. Plus additional information concerning the Nima County by-election. Front page Africa is reporting an interesting story about the Supreme Court ruling in the Bureau of Information ahead of the Supreme Court ruling, in the Bureau of Information on Wednesday.
People fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us.
Yes, these are the issues we are placing emphasis on tonight. Welcome to the show. This is Freedom FM. This is Freedom Hard Talk. My name is Austin Kawa. I am your usual driver. I am your usual host. This is the only political fellowship on radio at about this time. We bring you strong analysis, strong reasoning.
Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation.
This show is proudly sponsored by Old Man Same Science, Cram Stopper, Liberia. Very shortly, we take a break from our sponsor. When we come back, we go to our Facebook Live to welcome all of you who've joined the fellowship tonight. And the invitation is yours to invite others to follow the show. Share the show with others. Do not be mean with information. I always say that to you. Share the show so others can join and follow.
The government betray us.
Too many things happening in our country, folks. Today is Monday, the 21st day of April 2025. And normally on Monday in the cash giveaway, the payout is 4,000 Liberian dollars. But before we do draws for you tonight, we'll be giving out some money to our loyalty people, our people who have been playing but have been unsuccessful. They are our loyalty people. We will be giving out some money to them.
So why does you lie? Why does you steal?
So star 799 star 11 hash is the short code for those of you who want to play the cash giveaway. Star 799 star 11 hash is the short code. Just dial that code and send. When you send, you will see two options will appear on your phone. Option number one will be asking you to play in US dollars just for 70 cents US. And option number two will be asking you to play in Liberian dollars just for 100 Liberian dollars. Whatever the case is, whatever the situation is, when the two options, when you enter out of the options, you enter your mobile money password.
The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why does you lie?
Let's take a break. We come back, we'll run into all of the issues.
See, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us. You screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that the question that we ask. The next thing people fool us. I will suffer. People lie to us. The government betray us. We don't betray us. They lie. The people fool us. My people, where you at? Wake up when you slumber, stop sleeping. Wake your hands up.
It's about musical. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hand, call the right authority. That it can't take your law in. Crime stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see you must talk it. I mean you cheche, you wait for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Okay, thank you so much, OMSM Sion. And his Crime Stopper. Let's go to welcome those of you who've joined the political fellowship tonight. Who's this person? Yes, we're receiving all of these reports. We hope they are not being exaggerated, and we're hoping that the police is in charge. But let's welcome our folks. Firstly, beginning with Elijah Cody, Lasana Fanta, Kuma, or Sharif, something like that. He says, I'm following veteran Muyan Sharif is also following tonight from Banga City in Bon County. Gerard is also is also following from Johnsonville. Madam Minister, good evening to you. Asata Miller is also following tonight. The show Peter Tukpa has joined us from Dupont Road. Timothy Eltier is following the show. Somebody posted a long press release here. A long press release. Okay. Dubon Hill has joined us also tonight. And it's Washington Phoenicians Junior Bar has joined us from usually Nukutan. OG Monent OG is also following the show from he said from Joba Market. J. Henry is in Fendia. Honorable Sandy is also following from rehab. William Brople has joined us. Abraham C. is also following from Claratown. CDC Pape Success Keita for Life is joining us tonight from Dupont Road. Memaka Dolo is joining us. Eddie Mayata, something like that, is also joining us tonight. Edis Kolu is joining us tonight as well from Ganta City. Alex, we hope you can call if you have my personal number, or if you're connected to my Facebook account. Hope you can call me for us to talk. Since you are in Ganta City, I'm told that the Ganta is upside down tonight and all of that, or some anybody, because all of our contacts in Lima are way out of coverage area, and most of them are also complaining about bad network. So we were hoping that those of you who are following the show, who are in somewhere in Ganta, in the Ganta area where it is being reported that the tension is all seems to be building up. Can you really join us tonight to talk? Let's talk to some of you who are first hand eyewitnesses. Derek Sewon is there in Australia for following the show. Benjamin Bass is joining us tonight. Elijah Colley is joining us from Magibi County. He's particularly in the city. Massa Famule is also following the show tonight. Somebody is joining us from Jacobtown. Who is that person? Jackson Moore is joining us tonight from Jacobtown. And our man J. Augustus Help is joining us from Upper Broad Street. Thanks to all of you for joining the show, and thanks to those of you who have shared our show tonight. I've been following the election of some young people, but I thought tonight to feature a young man who we've known each other for over 12 years. Yes, very long time. Who was elected representative in Sano County, and he's been doing some exceptional jobs in his district. I know some will say, "Oh yeah, but that's why he was elected for." But no, that's not what he's doing. Things that he was not elected to do, and some of the lawmakers can say this is part of our corporate, our political, social responsibility. To the people, things that the central government or national government, cannot provide or is slow in providing to them. Some of the lawmakers who see that as part of their political, social responsibility to their constituents, and they will move in to make those personal interventions, which are not part of their cardinal responsibilities as representatives or as lawmakers representing the people. But I'm featuring this because Alex is a young man who we all saw struggle his way through the political periphery, and succeeded in becoming a representative. Utilized his first ever opportunity, I should say the biggest political opportunity ever given him in his political life to serve, his country. He utilized that opportunity that saw him getting elected as a representative in Sano County, and I think he's doing extremely well. And then, the Moravia politics can normally be cloud the some of the things that some of these young people are doing in their different constituencies or their different communities. Those are young people who really think, yes, they should go in the legislature to make us proud. So people can say, my man, those guys are young. They are not prepared for, to represent a group of people, 20, 30, in some cases, 60, 70,000. He might be say, you, 36, 37-year-old man, go and represent your people in the legislature. You, 39, 40-year-old, go and represent your people in the legislature. That is a huge tax, and you go there and you start violating the law. You start supporting actions that grossly violate and disrespect our constitution. People say, you see, this is why we frown on sending young people to the legislature. This is why we frown on sending people or appointing people as head and deputy for key government entities, because they are not mature yet. They don't rationalize well. they are able to stand firm on certain decisions they make. They flip flop or they filibuster a lot, and they wear a showmanship all day because so we don't trust them. So when I started following ethics, I started hearing about ethics Noah's activities inside. I was like, hope I can get some evidence. Then one of our media colleague in one of our media colleagues in Sando said, Austin, when I reached out to him, he said, Austin, I do not have pictures and I do not know some of the beneficiaries for these initiatives. But let me confirm first. When I confirm the information, then I'll be able to, get you some pictures. That was last week. And so since last week, Tuesday, we spoke. Our media colleague who we contacted was able to establish connection with some of the beneficiaries of Alex's work he's doing in Sano, and he was able to send us some pictures. I see that he's been giving motorbikes or motorcycles to in his district, especially to the traditional people, to help ease their movement. The traditional leaders, the clan chiefs, the paramount chiefs, the town chiefs, they move from one place to another place to solve cases, to settle domestic matters, husband and welfare team, boyfriend and girlfriend having issues. They move around to ensure to the different borders, to ensure their different places are secure too. They go to the city, they have to go to the city or to the capital for meetings, for appointments, whether it's political appointments and all of that, political meetings and traditional meetings. So some of them have to walk. Some of them normally get on commercial motorbikes. They pay $2,000-3,000 to move from some points to another points. In some cases, $500, $1,000 just in transportation. When the salaries are not even huge to cover the transportation costs, as town chiefs or paramount chiefs and all of that. So giving over 35 motorbikes since elected in 2003 to ease these traditional leaders' movements. I think in my mind that was thoughtful of him. And then they got sent me picture of posts. I can count these posts, over 100 posts I see here. Just in the picture, he said this is one of the many posts that were shipped or transported to Sano, where he's putting solar lights in the towns and all of the towns in his district, solar lights. And he sent me the posts, and the posts were being the pictures of the posts that were being transported. And there are pictures I have over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pictures and one video of these towns being electrified with solar lights. And because he's a young man, I thought to flag this. I also see the journalist also sent me a picture. He said renovation of the city hall in Drazon district, Sano County. So you see the picture here of the renovation of the city hall there. I see that they are re-roofing the city hall and they're doing some masonry work on the building. All of these are coming from these lawmakers, salaries and all of that. So I thought to feature him tonight, a young man doing extremely well, contributing to his district and making all of us proud. So Alex Noah, congratulations to you, and thanks for making all of us proud. Tomorrow people will say, yes, young people too can if Alex can do that, other young people can be trusted. Even though there are some who are already spoiling their name. But yes, so let's move into a lot have been happening. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not interested in this thing for now. This thing between Sam and Eugene, I'm not interested in it for now. We found time to talk about that exclusively. But I think we have to inform all of you that yes, the Director General of the EPS, the Executive Protection Service, has filed a lawsuit against Len Eugene Nangbe, former Minister of Information, former Transport Minister, former Youth and Sports Minister, former Post and Telecommunications Minister, and what again? Former Maritime Boss, and now Chief of Staff to the former President of Liberia, His Excellency George Weah. So, same guy has filed a lawsuit, 2 million. There are a lot of things to talk about. So, we'll pause that conversation for tonight, and we will move into our discussions on the different issues. This is what Front Page Africa is reporting. Under the caption, FPA delves into rumors of backdoor deals ahead of Supreme Court decision on House leadership crisis. And I read except from this, as the nation awaits the much anticipated ruling from the Supreme Court on Wednesday, Front Page Africa has gathered from multiple sources close to ongoing negotiations that all eyes remain on the judiciary to bring an end to the months-long political standoff surrounding Speaker J. Funati Kofa's embattled leadership in the House of Representatives. In rumors of backroom dealings and last-minute compromises, insiders confirmed that Speaker Kofa and his allies within the rule of law caucus are standing firm. Only a clear and authoritative ruling from the Supreme Court can resolve the impasse definitively. While sources indicate that the group is open to dialogue, even entertaining an invitation from President Joseph Boakai, there is little optimism that any political engagement before the court's decision will yield a conclusive outcome. The Rule of Law Caucus believes the Supreme Court must speak on this matter. Anything else will fall short of the transparency the Liberian people deserve. One source close to the discussions told FPA under condition of anonymity. The person does not want to be known, does not want to be named. The high-stakes showdown has kept the government in a near paralytic state of nearly 6 months as the dispute over Speaker Kofa's removal continues to dominate the legislative agenda and public discourse. Some political observers fear that a last-minute political settlement shrouded in secrecy will reinforce Liberia's long-standing culture of cash-induced politics, damaging the credibility of Kofa and the caucus he leads. There is a real danger that any deal struck behind closed doors will be perceived as another case of pay-to-play politics, said one political analyst. Such an arrangement will only further erode public trust in governance and leave Kofa's reputation bruised, perhaps permanently. Nearly 2 weeks ago, Front Page Africa learned that President Joseph Boakai requested the Supreme Court to delay its ruling in the ongoing House leadership dispute in a bid to allow time for continued negotiations between the rival factions in the House of Representatives. Before the president's reported intervention, it was widely expected that the Supreme Court would deliver its decisions today on the bill of information filed by embattled Speaker J. Funati Kofa and his allies. The Liberian public has been closely following the crisis, with many calling for a transparent and legal resolution. At the heart of the matter lies not just the fate of one man's speakership, but the integrity of a constitutional process. Any decision to remove the Speaker of the House, arguably the third most powerful position in country, must be rooted in law, not driven by political ambition or executive influence, observers say. This case is about more than Kofa. It's about setting a precedent, said Eric Yeni, a student of the University of Liberia studying political science. If the speaker can be removed by backroom dealings and inducements from the executive, then no future speaker will be safe from manipulation. That's a dangerous road to travel. The extent of which has persisted through nearly 7 months of political paralysis underscores the broader dysfunction plunging Liberia's governance. Critics argue that the executive branch has failed to provide a viable resolution or demonstrate the political will to safeguard constitutional norms. A long article, opinion piece, or commentary here waiting on pay salaries add to tension, which is interesting. Okay, let's look at. Okay, yeah, this is the portion. Compounding the situation is a festering internal grievance. The suspension and withholding of income. I think it meant income. Withholding of income. Withholding of rule of law caucus member salaries and benefits. For the past 6 months, the majority bloc led by their Speaker Richard Kuhn and Deputy Speaker Thomas Fowler has suspended several schools of lawmakers and withheld their salaries and other benefits. Some of the lawmakers being punished include Representative J. Marvin Cole, blah 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 blah. Members of the Rule of Law Caucus accused the executive of illegally withholding some of their colleagues' salaries and benefits as a form of political pressure. According to them, any meaningful negotiations must begin with the immediate payment of those dues. The government cannot demand dialogue while punishing lawmakers for standing on principle, said one frustrated caucus member, because any talks our withheld salaries and benefits must be paid in full, while the group maintains that it remains open to an invitation from President Braga for talks. Insiders say no substantive outcome should be expected before the Supreme Court renders its decision. They argue that a few more days of patience are a small price to pay after nearly 7 months of legislative paralysis. And you go down, you can get a copy and read, go there online and read an interesting article well written by my good friend. So Gerard, you can go there and read it. Gerard wrote an elaborate piece. So folks, so that's it for the decision on Wednesday. Tomorrow is a better time for us to talk about Wednesday's ruling. Well, we'll do a whole reflective analysis of the ruling, where we've come from and where we are ahead of the ruling. And then I'll show the morning people. Since I'm not on morning show, so I'll have the time to do mine tomorrow, a reflective analysis of where we've come from. But so the ruling is set for Wednesday, and I am aware that there have been some requests, to have a dialogue, and I'm aware that no decision or conclusion will be reached until the Supreme Court issues or interpretation or ruling into the Bill of Information. That I can say for a fact that no conclusion will be reached, especially from the end of the Rule of Law Caucus. No conclusion, no decision will be reached, has been reached, and all of that, following those different small meetings and talks, what you call backdoors, discussion or conversations. No conclusion has been reached anything, anywhere from anybody, even though there are suggestions, and there are requests being made, but no conclusion has been reached. And no conclusion will be reached until the Supreme Court issues a ruling on Wednesday. So we all have to exercise last minute patience. We've gone 7 months. So if we could have exercised patience for 7 months, I'm sure we can go beyond that. So Ganta, Nima County. So let's talk Let's talk Nima small. So, folks, let me see what I can get this before we move into that conversation because it's going to get heated here tonight. So, yeah, it's going to get. Let me take this break. It's urgent. This is urgent. Let me take this break. This break. This break. This break. This break. Let me take this break from where Yensheng beer. Bear with me. I have to take this urgent break. Okay, so let me. I have to take this break, and then we can move into our discussion. But I think I have to put this jingle in my folder. Okay, God damn, let me just take this one. Yes, okay. Yeah, I'll take this break. This break. Let's take this break.
See anywhere you go, Yanging, you drink it fresh and ready to go. Yanging, I say excuse me, Yanging, but trying to bring another one, but you know we starting the show. Yanging, you will like it, so will like it. See everybody's talking about it around town. It's a brand new bowl with the pop top sound. Smooth drink if you wanna cool down with that chili's best taste if you wanna go down. Yanging, pass me another one. Yanging.
That golden pour, that crisp delight, Yangjing beer, fresh, bold, just right. Photo chat, dust trappers, the ones who rise, the hustler, the dreamers with fire in their eyes, smooth, premium, brew with care, a true reward for those who dare. Yangjing beer, drink like a champ. Get yours now. Major distributor, Jungle Water, Exodus, Sangam, available in major supermarkets. Follow us on IG and Facebook. Yangjing Beer Liberia. For more info, call 0770-254-290 or 0886-122-064.
Yang Tieti to Deja. Introducing Yangjin beer from Beijing, the newest sensation in town. Yangjin beer is so smooth and light. You can drink it, wake up in that morning, feeling very energized. And you wicked boy, the woman will be very happy. No headache, no eye spinning. And the Yangjin beer bottle, it got a special way again open. Nobody will ever use you for the opener again. Very easy. Yangjin beer can be found wholesale or retail at Sir Exeter and Jungle Water, and also in supermarkets or bars around you. Reward yourself by drinking Yangjin beer, and trust me, you will be ready to go. Yangjin.
My people, where you at? Okay. Thank you. You know, some of these calls can come in. They become important for you to take them, especially when they have to do with giving you important information. So the cash giveaway is active. I've announced that already for all of you. So we're just going to announce it and move to our discussion. So tonight we're paying out $4,000 to all of our winners. I see that we have a transaction that is close to me doing the first draw. And so I hope at 8:15 or 8:30, sorry, 9:15 rather, 9:30, I'll be able to do the draws and then we can go to take calls. Again, all you have to do, just make sure you have $100 on your mobile money accounts. To all of you, or it's equivalent in US dollars, which should be something around 70 cents. Once you have that, you are qualified to play our cash giveaway. What do? There's a short code. The short code is *7 9 9 *7 11 hash. *799 *11 hash. Again, *799 *11 hash. Those of you watching the show live, you will see the short code is displaying on our screen. So it's *799 *11 hash. When you dial *799 *11 hash, you send, and then you wait. Two options will appear before you. Option number one is asking you to play in US dollars, and option number two is asking you to play in Liberian dollars. Whichever way it is, whichever option you choose to play in, you send, and then you enter your mobile money password. So it's a 3-step forward to you playing the cash giveaway. The first step is you dial *799 *11 hash and send. The second step is you look at the two options that will appear before you. You see that option number one to play in US dollars, or option number two to play in Liberian dollars. Whichever option you see there, you send. That's the second step. The third and last step is to enter your mobile money password. Okay, so hope we are clear. Hope we are good. I'm running into something else, so I'm not going to come back to announce the short code to play. When I'm coming back to do cash, it means I'm coming to give you to give those who are qualified to win, to do draws. Sorry. So let's play you this recording. I need you to listen. This recording came out just prior to us coming on the radio. So let me cue it and play for you from Nema County. Listen to the people expressing themselves. And Hot FM, when live, did conducted this interview.
They say we should put our knee down and give our mobile number that was brought to and say our money on the part of welcome and Sunday 4 o'clock.
Well, some of your friends said they took tests. Why you deviated from the test taking?
Because that was the position we apply for. Now the people then the PO they were writing tests, but the BBC, the BBR, the Q, all I wanted with the red tests. In the cell for the training, and our position was to print the red on the thumb. When the people finish voting,
What's your message?
which is the BBC. So what I'm trying to tell them, if they don't put money on our vote for my money, I will not vote, and we will not vote.
So that's the right thing to not vote?
Yes, my brother and TV, we suffer, we stay with hunger. We stay hunger, we need our daily schedule. Just because we want to farm, there's only the money in our pocket, then they are wasting that day, we call it and no response.
So what would be your next step if you come here tomorrow and the position you apply for, you see somebody occupying that position? What would be your next step?
I will not do nothing. I will not retire. I will sit down to my house.
So what's your message to NEC and those who watch
They're
you?
not behaving fair. They're not behaving fair. The corruption all over. So what we'll do, all those that will not see our name on the paper, we will not vote. We will not vote.
Okay, thank you. So we are with another gentleman. Your name? Specifically, what part of Nema County?
I live in Ghana City right here, and I apply as BP. I just about people issue.
Did your name reflect on the voter team?
Oh yes, our friends will give a training. My name reflected, and we all start for a training. That's the one the training we all choose on Thursday. And they promised us that on Sunday the list will pick up so that we can know where we are working. But yesterday there was no listing. Again today we keep on the campus. Unfortunately, this will be here, and there is no listing at all. And we're checking up. I said there is no listing. My name, did I apply that one and say, and majority of people that are saying that name is not on the paper. Even because myself, my name is not. How do you feel? Your name Thank you. I feel somewhat discouraged, and I feel that this is a bad practice. People see our corruption in Liberia, but yet they say people that are speaking against the corruption, these are saying they are practicing corruption. But in a little position they are being placed in, they are always practicing corruption, which is very bad.
Okay, you stated that you were qualified. What do you sense in the upcoming election? You guys that claim you people were qualified to serve various positions to work with NEC. What do you sense?
So thank you so much. So the first thing is that the position that I applied for, no one gave us this. So that means all those that apply for BPR position, they were qualified for the work. So then, to your question that you just asked, why I said about the upcoming election. So the election, it would be determined by the Nevadans. They said will make a decision. But yet they say, I feel that there will be some influence in it. So then once they start on the particular stage, that means influence will be in the election. And someone,
what the kind of influence you're talking about?
The kind of influence, that means there will be controversial or influence, that is someone will be replaced. Once my name was replaced by someone else, that means someone will be replaced another person.
So what would be your reaction if you come and see someone occupying position that you claim to be qualified
so the
for?
first thing is that there are so many positions, the BP are positioned, there are so many people on it, so I don't know where I was assigned firstly. So once I don't know where I was assigned, that means I would not do anything to any other person. Yes.
Have you placed call to authorities of NEC?
No. I think this is the best way now that NEC can hear that our voice in my country, that the upper and the lower neighborhood commission, they are actually mistreating their people, and they are taking their girlfriend and they are taking people from any other way that they feel are taking people, and they are replacing. We are going to start for the training, we are going to upload that to their very houses, and they are replacing all that.
Estimating how many persons do you know that have applied that aren't qualified for the final listing?
All right. There were 100 plus people that start for training now that needs on.
What's your message to NEC and those who are watching?
The message to NEC now, Mr. Latana Brown, is that she should expel or remove all those that are working now in Niger County as the election commissioner, no matter the upper and lower Niger County commissioner. She should expel them, that they should no longer work as NEC officer in Niger County, that they should replace them so that we can see, because you can't do one thing over and years, but the same or direct result. Once it change, that means direct result now. So once those that are working and they are there, experience from this work, and will replace everything that they will be mega change.
So what is your reaction? What's your message to
so the rest of
Okay, so I'm trying to do something. So these are just those are just some verses. Those are just some verses that you listen to in Nima. Because the show tonight is focused on Nima, what we are going to do is we are going to play this recording back to back, so you hear them speak. So yes, I saw it. Thank you. Yeah, President Braga is leaving Liberia tonight. That's the info. That's the pictures. Our intel from the airport, or our people from the airport are sending us via Kenya Airways on a commercial flight. He's not riding commercial flight because he won't ride. We'll tell you the real reason. So, yeah. So I don't say, the man riding commercial flight. But we'll tell you that. So I was saying to you that we'll have to play. I will play that record again, and then we'll move into our discussion. But since this is 10 minutes ago, this came to me. That means okay, it's good that their station Spoon is also reporting it too, so it's good. So my information is 100% correct. So I'm not the only person having this. So I just see, I just saw it anyway. So it's good that Spoon is putting the same thing. So and this is what maybe probably my own was going to be different. My version, right? I'm going to let me read what Spoon is reporting. Their Spoon. They said following airport wait. Following airport wait. I'm sure all of you can understand what airport wait is. President Braga They say the man. That's what my intel was telling me. Now, the president was here waiting. He waited for long. He private flat or private jet so supposed to come for him was not properly arranged or they had some issue, some kind of thing. So he had to wait. He waited. At the end of the day, he didn't succeed. But the flight did not come. So the president is just leaving the airport via Kenya Airways, a commercial flight. That's what my soul told me. So let me read what their people, what the people are reporting. And that people posted 14 minutes ago. They say in following airport wait, President Bouhaka departs Liberia on commercial flight for ECOWAS 50th anniversary summit. Following a brief wait about an hour. These people now distract people. How can an hour, somebody waiting for an hour be termed as a brief wait in news rating? Brief. Do you know what it was? I said I stopped by briefly. I waited briefly. It should be nothing under 10 minutes. I mean over 10 minutes. 15 minutes. Somebody sit down one place for 15 minutes. They're not brief. It's not brief waiting. He didn't wait that brief. That point did not wait briefly. So they say they're trying to. They won't report. They won't be independent, but they won't fix the paper small. So they say following a brief wait. In parentheses they say about an hour at the Rabas International Airport for final flight preparations. President Joseph Bouhaka departed Liberia aboard a commercial Kenya Airways flight to attend the ECOWAS 50th anniversary celebrations in Accra, Ghana. The Golden Jubilee honored the team to be unveiled at the launch marks a major milestone. I'm not interested in all that one. Sarah Yanti, Mamaka Belete, Samuel Kofi Woods, Modi Kamara, Anthony Myers, the people according to them on the official delegation of the president. What is important to me is that Bouhaka private flight preparations to get him, fly using his usual private jet did not materialize, so he had to ride Kenya Airways. Now, thinking about us. There are two things running through right now. They see Joe Bouhaka say he's even willing to ride wheelbarrow. He's even willing to ride wheelbarrow to go to work. Kenya Airways could be termed or will be termed in this context as a wheelbarrow, to represent a wheelbarrow to go to work. Because what is going on is an official duty representing our country as president. So for the purpose of the discussion, I will use Kenya Airways in a context to represent wheelbarrow, meaning a lower level or a lower grade of flying from Liberia to official functions. Because our president normally uses private jet, something he criticized before and promised to stop, to abolish. Now he goes to the airport arranging a private jet to take him to Accra. The private jet is not available. He said probably very bad way riding commercial flight to go to Ghana. He angry. And I'm told that let me do that other one for now. Because the man said, don't say okay. Think of your test scheme one time, the red time. I want to talk it now. He said, don't okay. So I will not say that one. But I can say that he's angry. He's angry. The papa is angry riding commercial flight to Ghana. Imagine the president who promised you that he was never going to ride private jet and that what George Weah was doing was wrong. It was waste of Liberian taxpayers' money. The same man who told you that he doesn't care. For him, he doesn't care. He can even ride wheelbarrow to go to work. He's angry today that his private jet did not come to take him to Ghana and that he has to ride or he's riding a commercial flight. Kenya Airways, where he could not even afford on his own to ride when he was not president. The president is saying to us tonight he's angry that he is compelled to ride commercial flight to Ghana. You see the disaster that we're in? Mr. President, there should be nothing here to make you angry, Mr. President, with all due respect. There should be nothing to get you angry. There should be nothing to have you or to see you take drastic or action against some of your internal staffs for not properly arranging your private jet. You told the Liberian people, Mr. President, that you were going to abolish. Stop. You were never going to fly private jet as president. You told the Liberian people that it gives you no extra comfort riding wheelbarrow to go to work, even if it causes you to ride wheelbarrow. I know that figuratively you are not referring to a wheelbarrow, but you were simply saying that you can ride anything to go to work once that's why available. That's what you were saying. So in the context of being willing to ride anything or feeling comfortable to ride anything to take you to work, you change your fleet of vehicles if you did. An expert putting the fleet of vehicles to at least $600,000. At least $600,000. Our grandfather who said he feels comfortable, or he will feel comfortable even if wheelbarrow was available to take him to work. Tonight, he's angry that he's riding commercial flight to go to Ghana. He's angry tonight. And yes, he has a reason to be angry as president, because even me, Osikawa, as president, I will not assure anybody campaigning tomorrow if I want to be president that if I become president, I will feel safe or comfortable riding a commercial flight. And there's a justifiable reason for that. Yes. But these people use rhetoric to lend their way to power. Today, it has caught up with them to the extent that the president is getting angry. He got angry in the VIP lounge. But you know, he medics were with him. So his psychosocial counselor, they were all there. So, Mr. President, don't forget, you're not supposed to get angry. So the president cannot be getting angry because commercial flight is available to take him to Accra to do our job. At least it saved the country cost, Mr. President. You shouldn't be getting angry, Mr. President. With all due respect, you can't be getting angry because your private jet was poorly arranged. It's because of that it did not come to take you to Accra. No, you should not be getting angry. At least you are riding a commercial flight under strenuous situation, under unforeseen, because of unforeseen situation, you are riding commercial flight, and you should accept whatever comes before you to go and do our job. The fact that you say you're waiting, you can even ride wheelbarrow to go to work. Kenya Airways, in the context of this discussion, represents a wheelbarrow. Ride it and go to work, Mr. President, and stop getting angry with people in your office. Mr. President, you can't be getting angry. Yeah, so Kofi, who's you're telling the president to start getting angry? You can't be getting angry. You're telling him to stop. So let's go back to Ganta. Let's go to Nima. You see, we're having an argument in one of our chat rooms today, and the argument was about Nima by-election. And there were two key points that people who are loyal to the Unity Party are refusing to grasp here. The first point is that Nima County by-election should not, and we will not sit and allow it to be allow the debate or the conversation to be tailored in the direction of trap. The second point here is that because of the tribal bigotry being pushed in being displayed in Lima from the vice president and from Koga, you see that they all have left the real issues about competence. And they're focusing on the trivial issue about trap. That they trap town. Guess what? Samuel Koga contested the by-election that Yan won. A Yan election or the some other people remember be happening. Which election Koga contested? Koga contested the election for the Senate. Okay, yes, it was the by-election against Yan. I hope I'm correct with that. Hope I'm from Ganta. Hope I'm from Ganta can confirm, but yes. Koga contested a by-election against Yang. And yeah, I'm not too sure there's information. But I know Koga contested a senatorial election. Yeah, that's what they are. I hope we can get correction or confirmation from our people in Lima who may be listening. But Koga contested that election as a Guillaume against a Manoman. When the seat that Yan was contesting for was being left, according to Senator Johnson Demme, so rest in peace, for the Mano people. So they can have the two major traps, a balance of the two major traps. I don't want to say two major traps because they are not two major traps because the Mandigos are there. Although I think the Pele two they are there. But Senator Johnson said he wanted a balance, a representation of the two populated traps. To paraphrase or refine, represented in the Senate. So say Prince Johnson was a Guillaume, he would prefer a Manon person. Samuel Koga now, who is running with this whole Manon and Guillaume balance in the Senate, was a Guillaume contesting for a Manon seat. He was a Guillaume contesting for a Manon seat. Unquote, a Manon seat. The seat today that he's terming Guillaume. Say it should be left for the Guillaume because the Manon get it. When the Manon was campaigning for that seat, at the time the Manon was campaigning for that seat, Samuel Koga was contesting for that Manon seat. So he didn't want the Manon people to get that seat. And I actually did not want to get involved with this whole tribal thing. Thank you, Master. Thank you. So my information was correct. So Samuel Koga contested against Yang Tuan. A Yang Tuan was a man. Senator Johnson was already a senator, a Guillaume. So those who said yesterday that, hey, we beg you, please, let's support Yan. Say Yan is Guillaume, is Mano, and Senator Johnson is Guillaume. So we have a balance of the two populated tribes in Lima. Even though other people are saying major, but for me, I'm trying to find 2A, and make it so it doesn't look there. We are ostracizing the other tribes. So there were people there who wanted a balance of the two, a representation of the two populated tribes in Lima, the Manos and the Guillos. So they say, okay, Prince Johnson is already Guillo, Yan Toyon is Mano. Let's support Yan. What did Koga do? Samuel Koga went and registered and contested in that election for that seat that was being left for the Manos. Koga, you remind him that this same Koga who pushing Gio and Mano today, he contested against a Mano man in Nima, Yan Troyon. And I see Yan supporting Koga. I say, for that day, I say, my mother in Nima politics again. Certain people are not serious. Imagine. Oh, because you get it now, so you satisfy. But the same man yesterday, when that seat was being left for you, Yan Troyon, as a Mano man, say, let's support a Mano person. That seat was being left for you, a Mano man. Koga contested against you. Either today, who is contesting to be senator, either did not contest that election against you, Yan Troyon. Nima people, Allah, manslaughter, please confirm. Allah, they either contest that election against Yan, either did not contest that election against Yan. The records are there, and the reflection must be made. Hey, and it's good that this show tonight is being relayed in, I think, 2 or 3 radio stations in Nima. It's good. And it's good that the Nimbayans are also following and listening. I'm not here to tell you who to vote for because campaign is closed. So I'm not here to tell you who to vote for. I'm here to present a reasonable conversation to you. I'm here to run a reflective analysis of where that will tell you where we've come from as a country, that will fit or reflect the realities in Nima and place you Nimbayans in a comfortable position to make a choice for Nima and not a choice for a trap. You are making a choice for Nima, not a choice for a trap. That's the position I want to play. I want to place you Nimbayans in tonight. That you are making a decision for Nima. You are not making a decision for a trap. Because at the time, Senator Johnson was campaigning for Yan Troyon in Nima. Senator Johnson, may so rest in peace, a Guillaume senator, the godfather of Nima, was campaigning for Yan Troyon in Nima to make him senator. Yan Troyon in Nima to make him senator. Yan. Samuel Koga was going against Senator Johnson in Nima. Koga was contesting as a Guillaume in that country, in that very Nima, against Yan Troyon after Prince Johnson had declared support for Yan. Thank you, Sobo. Either did not partake in that election. Thank you. I just want to confirm all my information tonight. So I'm waiting for his confirmation. Now, so this is the point that you all should take to the ballot box tomorrow. And stop allowing these people to mislead you, to fool you, and all of that. These people use rhetorics, political rhetorics, and allow you to go against a system that was on the red track for you. Today, in the Nima by-election again, they are bringing the same rhetorics to you. Today, that Nima see, and the man who is bringing Gio and Mano to you is not the right messenger. Somebody else supposed to be pushing that Mano guillotine because Samuel Koga was a Guillaume. When Prince Johnson decided to contest, when Yan Troyon decided to contest the election in Nima in 2023, Yan Troyon was a Mano man and is a Mano man. Yan Troyon went to Prince Johnson and says, Chief, please support me. Prince Johnson said, okay, Yan, since I'm a Guillaume and you are from the Mano tribe, and those are the 2 populated tribes in Nima, I will support you, my son. Prince Johnson said, I will support you, Yan. Say you Gio. You Mano. Edith Gongo where, Yan, don't forget, Edith did not contest that election because she believed that you were a Mano and you were representing the Mano people. And if she had contested that election, it would have divided the Mano vote. You could not have won that election had Edith contested that election. How come we forget so soon? How come we forget so soon? Had Edith contested the 2023 election against Yan, Yan was never going to be senator today because a Guillaume was going to win that election. Who knows whether Kogase would have been elected senator today? If Edith had contested that election. Because Edith alone, Edith in election, Edith was going to win the election, or Guillaume was going to win the election. Because Yang, you were no match to Ide. Besides that, Ide was respecting two decisions in Nima. There were two major decisions made in Nima that Ide respected that caused her not to contest the election against Yang. One is that Ide said Prince Johnson is the political godfather for Nima. Ide went to Prince Johnson to ask for his support. Prince Johnson told Ide that he was contesting, he was supporting Yang. Ide said, if you can support me as a political godfather of Nima, I will not contest the election. I will not contest. Since the person you are supporting is a minor person to prove my commitment to unity, I will not contest or partake in the election. And Ide didn't contest against Yang. Because one, Yang is a minor man, Ide is a minor person. Ide wanted a minor seat. Then, because the Prince Johnson said they see here for minor people. So Ide said, let me go to Senator Johnson and ask for his support. Since the godfather of Nima said this seat is for a minor person, let me go to him to ask him for support. When she went there, he said, no, I'm not supporting you. I'm already supporting Yang. A minor person. Ide said, but then no problem. Once I'm minor, no issue. I'm not contesting. Ide did not contest the election against Yang. To allow the minor votes to go beyond Yang, Ide said, I will not be the one to divide the minor people. I will not be the one to divide the minor votes. I will be the one to keep the minor people together. So I will not contest. Since the godfather said he is supporting Yang, a minor person, Ide, a minor person, I will not contest. Ide did not contest. Who went and contested against Prince Johnson's decision? Samuel Koga. Koga went and registered in that election and contested that election against Yang Toyon, a minor man. Today, there's a Samuel Koga man that is talking about balance, tribal balance. Mano and Gio. The man who did not want Mano man to be senator yesterday. That he don't want talking tribal balance today. Y'all ask Koga, why did he contest? If he truly believe, and this is why I can have some issue with some of these journalists, and that's why some of these lawmakers or public officials or politicians will not come on our microphones, because regardless of our friendship, we will ask them the hard question, and even if the question will be embarrassing to them, which we're not supposed to embarrass our guests, but not when we're asking them questions. Ask them. As all of you in Nima doing the entire campaign, you guys, same Koga agree to talk to you. These are the questions that you should have been asking Koga. Hey, same Koga, you here talking about Nima and balance. Our tribal balance in the Senate. Mano Gio, tribal balance in the Senate. According to you, one Mano, one Gio represents tribal balance in the Senate. That's same Koga's argument. Jeremiah Kun was contesting to be senator. Jeremiah Kun was contesting to be senator. At Jeremiah Kun's seat, Yang replaced. Jeremiah Kun, Yang replaced. When Jeremiah Kun was senator, who was the other senator in the Senate? Two. Jeremiah Kun, Guillaume. Prince Johnson, Guillaume. Where was Sam Koga? So are you guys saying there was no tribal balance in the Senate when Senator Johnson was senator and Jeremiah Kun was senator? There was no tribal balance. Oh, Sam Koga. Even when Senator Johnson realized that it's time for us to put tribal balance. Let me support Yang, a Mano man. Koga had just been re-elected as a representative for the third term. Koga, he had just been re-elected representative for the third term. Hey, Guillaume, the political governor, and this is the emphasis I want you all to place on this thing. The political godfather of Nima, then Senator Prince Johnson, declared support for a minor person. Same Koga wanted tribal balance. He contested against Prince Johnson's choice and against the minor candidate in Nima. That's not me saying it. That's a record. That's the record. That's the record. So for me, it gets so disgusting when I hear the vice president, I hear or same guy, then talking about tribal issue. We're supposed to detach tribe from the election in Nima and allow the people to make their decision on the basis of competence and need for a strong voice in the Senate. And we are here talking about tribe, and we have forgotten that we campaign against the very people who say we want to strike a balance in the Senate. So that whole tribe thing, you're safe or that tribal thing. It's not decent. It doesn't have space in a decent democracy. Where you come, you running around with your campaign and you go so, that give people time, that man people time. We need to stop these things. And for me, I'm extremely disappointed in the honorable vice president. For the vice president who wants to be president in 2029 will go to Nima and go talk about Mano and Guillaume Bene, that he's supporting him, Guillaume person, that Guillaume people time. And he will need to give people the Mano people tomorrow to stand behind him in 2029. The vice president could have gone to Nima to campaign without tribalizing the campaign. But when people do not have argument, when people do not have strong reasoning, when people do not have strong and reasonable messages to communicate to their people, that's when they run into these trivialities. Because if the vice president has strong argument, if the vice president had a reasonable point to justify why Koga is the best or the preferred choice outside of Trump, the vice president could have communicated that message to the people without introducing Trump. These tribal sentiments are not good for our democracy. They're not healthy for our peace process. You push two other major tribes aside in Lima. You're talking Mano Gil. What's about the Mandingos? What's about the Pere? And you hear talking to the crime all are there, and you hear talking Mano and Gil. Those who are close to the vice president, they will not tell him, Mr. President, the mistake has already been made. The damage has been caused. Look, big people, when you want to be close to big people, you must have sense, you must have confidence, and you must be brave or bold. Let me repeat. If you want to be close to big people, influential people, I say money people, big people in the context of influence, in terms of leadership or political people, people in leadership. If you are a young person and you want to get close to big people, and you want those big people to respect you or listen to you when you speak, or give you access at any time you go around, you must have sense. Plenty sense. You must have plenty sense. You must be sensitive. You must be sensible enough. You must be brave. You need to be brave or bold to communicate to them. They will listen to you. But some of you around these people in leadership, you not get too much sense, or you don't trust, you don't have confidence. The self-confidence, I left the confidence on. You don't have confidence in your IQ. You don't have confidence in yourself. So you are afraid to express your observation. Because you wouldn't want to say, no, I disagree with you, Chief. But you wouldn't want to accept, you wouldn't want to express yourself. Because that self-confidence is not there. It's not there. People say, no, that means people disagree with you. That's not true. There's a way where you will be expressing an observation to your big brother or your boss or your chief, and he will listen to you because it will make sense. Hey, Let me tell you something. Some people know sense and stupidity. Other people know sense and stupidity. Some man sitting down, you talking to that some man, you suggesting that to that some man, or you are communicating with that some person. When you're making sense, that some person will know you're making sense. When you're not making sense, that some person will know that you're not making sense. There are two commonalities between stupid and some people. Some people and foolish people. Let me use door. Let me use door for a more better, comfortable word. Let me use door. Some people and door people. Some people and door people. There are two major things that are common between some people and door people. You're taking your ready thing down to there tonight. There are two major things that are common between some people and door people. One, welcome Abraham. One, the two things that are common between some people and door people. Some people know when you are making sense and when you are not making sense. Door people know when you are making sense and when you are not making sense. Y'all go ask anybody. Then person can be door like what? The person making any sense. The person door man. Go sit on that person near that person and don't make sense. That person will tell you you're not making sense. You door. Sit near that person and make sense. That door person will tell you, say, yeah, my man, you smart. You're making a lot of sense. That's the only. Those are the two things that some people and door people have in common. Some people and door people, those are the two things that they have in common. Some man knows when you're making sense or when you're not making sense. Door man knows when you are making sense and when you are not making sense. So you can sit near people of influence, in leadership, in power, and you will communicate your idea, your views to them. But to do that, you must have confidence in yourself. You must, and to have confidence, you gotta be sound. You gotta have sense. You have confidence in yourself. So people say, my man, we get all that man, listen, that man, you get this good. No, that's not true. Nobody can tell me nothing about leader and believing. Nobody can come to me and tell me, my man, that person, my man, that can listen to people. I will not believe that thing. In as much as I do not support him, his leadership, but I will not believe it. It means probably the thing you told him, he trusts it. That's why he not accept it. Don't tell me Jeremiah could too arrogant, he can't listen to people ever. I will not believe it. It means he does not trust your IQ. The leaders know people who they can trust when it comes to decision making, when it comes to rationalizing, when it comes to reasoning, when it comes to analyzing, when it comes to having conversation, when it comes to decision making. Leaders know people that they can call on the table. My man, we know do that thing here. How do people see? Your call James, your call Peter, your man, your call Paul. The door leaders, the sound leader, they know who to invite to the table when it comes to making decisions. When they're not taking your view, they got confidence in you, in your IQ. They don't have confidence in your choice, in your decision making process. That's why they say, well, now I'm making listen to you. Anybody close to the vice president and president, or anybody comes and tells them, vice president, listen, just to that person say, the vice president is not listening to you because probably one, it depends the issue at stake. Depending on the issue, they say, yeah, my man, go do it. They got some men around people. They only there to go arrange that Jordan. They only there to go buy that they got in. Only there to arrange that party, that social thing. When it comes to social issue, there are some beginning around leaders. When it comes to social issue, there are some staffs around leaders. When it comes to social issue, they can trust and say, my man, go get this thing done, man. My man, run after this thing. But when it comes to making critical decisions, you will not be at the table. So you have to know first, say, who the person telling you that the leader does not listen to people. You have to know who the person telling you that this leader does not listen to people. So that's the point. So the point I'm trying to make here tonight is, hey, people who are running the vice president, out of most of them, he doesn't have confidence in their IQ because there are some people who do not like smart people. There are some leaders who do not like smart people. So you will never see smart people around them. And there are some leaders who embrace smart people around them. Because they believe, some feel insecure that when smart people are around them, they will overshadow and all of that. But the vice president goes to Nima with tribal politics. tribal politicking. And people celebrating the thing. Some people celebrating the thing. Or people who are supposed to be educated are celebrating this. Lest they forget that the very tribal balance that they are talking about, that they want to see in Nima today, the very Koga man that is pushing tribal balance in Nima, he disagree with the late Senator Prince Johnson on tribal balance in Nima. And this message has to resonate with the people. The same Koga man today that is pushing tribal balance has a history, a record of disagreeing with Senator Johnson for tribal balance. He contested against Yan Trayon, yes. Yes, he did. He did. He contested against Yan Trayon, a man of man supported by the former political godfather of Nima, Prince Johnson. You Nimbayans, where are you people? You not know? That we can say the senator in the room. That the room that so we tell them the fact. We dig deeper and bring history back to them and say, hey, here's the record. This is you. This is your real self. You tell Sam Koga and Nimbayans, destiny. You tell Nimbayans, you tell your other friends, including Sam Koga. You remind him. If you have his number, if you get a number, I will read a number on the radio. I will read his number at the end of the show. You're texting to them and remind him. If he is truly interested in tribal balancing power between two tribes, Nima and Gio, you're saying text and asking Sam Koga, why did you contest against Yan when Senator Johnson was a Gio man supporting a Mano man, and you contested against Yan Trayon, a Mano man? If you have gotten elected, today we will have been having two Gio persons in the Senate, Prince Johnson and Sam Koga. If you have gotten elected, we have been having two Gio persons in the Senate. This is the man today talking about that Gio people turn. But when it was Mano people turn, according to Prince Johnson, uncle, when it was Mano people turn, Sam Koga contested against the Mano candidate. Either Gongo did not contest that election because Yan Trayon was a Mano man. She said, me, I will respect you. And not contesting that election because the political godfather say he is supporting Yan Trayon. Yan is a Mano man. So I am not going against him. So she didn't contest. So if anybody should be pushing tribal balance here, the moral force in Nima right now to push tribal balance should be Edith, not Sam Koga. And this is the hard fact that you all must accept that the only moral force in Nima to push tribal balance should is Edith. That's not Sam Koga. Sam Koga has a nasty history of not respecting tribal balance in Nima. How come today he should be the moral force to be pushing tribal balance? He is not. He can be the moral force. His history about embracing tribal balance in Nima is nasty. It's dirty. It's divisive. It's disrespectful. He disrespected Prince Johnson only because Prince Johnson wanted a balance of the Gio and Mano in the Senate. Senator Johnson wanted a balance of the Gio and Mano in the Senate. So because he was a Gio man, he said, I will support Yang. This is the message that you must send to Koga and share with your friends in your different Nima County chat rooms. If Sam Koga truly believes in balancing power between the two populated tribes in Nima, the Gios and the Mano, ask Sam Koga, why did you contest against Yan Trayon, against the interest of Prince Johnson, against the decision of Prince Johnson? Ask Koga that question. You're in bind. You're send text to Koga and ask that question. Let me find a number. You ask Koga that question. That is the question you should be asking Koga. Why did he contest against Yan Trayon in Nima when Senator Johnson was a Guillaume? If he truly supposed balancing power between the two populated tribes in Nima, the Gios and the Mano, why did he contest against Yan Trayon? And he did not just contest against Yan. He contested against the decision of Senator Johnson. He contested against the interest of Senator Johnson. Sam Koga, either Gongdo Ware and Yan Trayon went to Senator Prince Johnson after Jeremiah was elected vice president, the seat became vacant. When the seat became vacant, three persons. Okay. On radio at the moment. So, three persons in Nima went to Senator Johnson to ask for support. Either Gonglu, y'all can ask Senator Johnson wife this one, she will tell you. Either Gonglu went to Senator Prince Johnson to ask for his support. Samuel Koga went to Senator Johnson to ask for his support. Yan Toyin went to Senator Johnson to ask for his support. Senator Johnson told Sam Koga, I hope I can find that recording to play tonight. Because yes, I hope I can find that recording. I hope I can find that recording. When Sam Koga went to Prince Johnson, according to Prince Johnson, he said, Sam Koga came to me. I told Sam Koga that I cannot support him because I am a Gio already in the Senate. Already, we feel making mistake with Mekun senator. Then God help her. He didn't stay long. He became vice president. Now it's time for us to correct our mistake because they will have to respect the other tribes. So since the seat is vacant now, it's time for us to allow the Manons to be represented in the Senate. So I told Sam Koga that I am not supporting him because the seat is for Manon. I was choose between two candidates. I mean, between Edith and Yan, because Yan kin on me and Edith two kin on me. So I have not made decision yet. When I make decision, I will communicate my decision to all of you in Nima County. Prince Johnson said that thing. So he said he was not supporting Koga because Koga was a Kiyome. What did Koga do? When Prince Johnson made his decision to between Edith and Yang, Edith said, okay, Papi, I respect your decision, and I'm not contesting against your choice. Since that's your choice, you are the political godfather, I respect your decision. I am not contesting against your decision. I will not contest the election. Edith did not contest the election. She stayed away. Who went and contested the election against Prince Johnson's decision? Sam Koga. Why Edith was saying no, even though if I contest this election, the possibility was high that Edith could have won that election. Or her contesting the election would have divided the Manon vote, thereby placing Koga in a better position to win the election, and then Prince Johnson would have been disgraced that he supported a candidate that did not win in Nima. And because Edith did not want that, Edith said, okay, I will not contest the election. I'm not power greed. I will not contest. Since this is the Manon person that Senator Prince Johnson wants, I will respect his decision as the political godfather of Nima. I will not contest against Yang. Edith did not contest against Yang. Edith did not campaign against Yang. And Yang knows he has the history, he has the record. She didn't contest against him. She did not campaign against him. But guess what? The tribal czar today, the man who is the tribal czar, who is projecting himself as the tribal czar in Nima County, who respects the two tribes or the three tribes or all the tribes in Nima and wants a balance of power between the two populated tribes in Nima. Kiyo Manon, Sam Koga. He was the one who said, to hell with Senator Prince Johnson's decision. I am contesting the election as senator. He went and registered in the election and contested the election against Yang, the very Yang that is supporting him today, against Edith. The very Yang today, Koga contested against Yang. Then he contested against Senator Johnson's choice. Same Koga that is running all around. Oh, it's time for the Gio people. You know, this has always been the case. We have always have two people in the Senate, one Gio, one Mano. But he forgot to know that Jeremiah Kun was there as a Gio man along with Senator Prince Johnson. Then he forgot to know that even though he is telling you that it has been a tradition that in the Senate there should be one Gio, one Mano. But this very same government who is aware that it has been a tradition that you have one Gio, one Mano in the Senate, this same government contested against the Mano candidate just a few days after Jeremiah Kun was elected vice president. The very government contested against Yang. And guess what? The Yang he contested against was Prince Johnson's choice. Don't forget that part. Put that part there. So should Nibans listen to the same Koga about Trabene, that Guillaume Mentan, that Mano Mentan? Nibans should not listen to the same Koga on that other thing. Listen to the same Koga on something else. Not on tribal issue, because he doesn't have a history or a decent history of respecting the balance of tribe in the Senate. He doesn't have a decent history. He doesn't have a decent history. He can't be the one talking about balancing tribe in the Senate because he is contesting. So we should listen to him. But if he was not contesting, this guy was going to contest the election or support a Mano person or a Mano person. The government was going to support a Mano person. If he was not the Guillaume contesting, he was going to support a Mano person. That same Koga right there. Because it's about him. So he wants to add that he has been respecting the quote-unquote tradition in Nima. The quote-unquote tradition in Nima. That's how he's projecting himself. And the vice president fought for that lazy argument, that lazy rhetoric. It's a lazy rhetoric. The vice president fought for that thing. And go auto that thing in Nima. But again, the message to all of you in bias tonight is that, hey, I say this to you. Yeah. I say this to all of you tonight. I'm not here to tell you who to vote for because campaign is over. So I'm not here to violate next laws. But I'm here to remind you of where you all have come from, the history. You need to know the history of people who respect culture, who respected culture, who respected tradition, and who respected Senator Johnson's decision. You need to know the history of them. I know right now some of you, you are blown. You bloom with the rhetorics, the deception of the ruling party sentiments. So some of you, a few of you may not listen tonight. But the thousands of you that are listening tonight, that is the message that should be in your mind as you go to the ballot boxes tomorrow to cast your vote for the candidates. What should be in your mind as you go tomorrow to cast your votes for the candidates? Ask yourself and ask Koga, if we must listen to you to vote you a Guillaume on the basis that it is time for a Guillaume to be senator since there is a Mano, asking why did he, a Guillaume, contest against Yanton, a Mano man, when Prince Johnson, a Guillaume, was already senator and supporting that Mano man? Ask Koga, why did he contest that election? Ask Koga. And guess what? Samuel Koga would have won that election as a Guillaume. You know why? Because if you look at the election result, thank you for sending me the result. Yanton, the result showed that Yanton beat Koga just 6,000 votes. 6,000 votes, they beat Koga. 6,000 votes margin. That was the margin between Yan and Koga. So Koga got 59. Yanton got 59.27% of the vote, and Koga got 36.37% of the votes. 59,259. That's I'll get a number. Got 60,000 now. You gotta check that record. Google. It can be 6,138. I think it's 60,000. 67, something around there. And then Koga got 41,196 votes. So if you look at the margin, if Ide had contested the election in Nima, it means Koga would have been senator. If Ide had contested that election, it means we will not be talking Koga today. Koga would have been senator. So because Ide did not contest that election, that's why Yang is senator today. That's why Prince Johnson was not disgraced today. As Ide contesting that election would have brought Prince Johnson to public disgrace. It would have denied Yang and denied the Manon people for having a seat in the Senate today. Just the decision for Ide not to contest saw Yang getting elected. Because look at the margin, 6,000 votes margin between Yang and Koga. So just imagine how Ide contested the election. 6,000 votes margin between Koga and Yang. With the support of Senator Johnson, still the margin was 6,000 votes. Nimbayans, ask yourself, Koga disrespected Prince Johnson and contested the election and got 41+% of the votes. 36.37% of the votes. Making second to Yang Triumph. Yang Triumph got around 40% of the vote. 59.27% of the vote. But the total votes between them were 6,000. The total votes between Koga and Yang was 6,000. So just sit down and say, suppose Ide had disrespected Prince Johnson, suppose Ide had ignored the whole tribal balance thing that Koga preaching today, and she would have contested the election in Lima. It means today, Manon does not have a representation in the Senate. That's what I mean. Koga would have won the election. Koga would have won because Ide contesting the election was going to reduce Yang Triumph's vote. So Koga challenged Senator Johnson and got 38+% of the vote. 36% of the votes. Nimbayans, think about it. The Koga meant today that he didn't want to tell you tribal balance. When Ide was respecting tribal balance, he said, I will not contest. When Ide was respecting Senator Johnson's decision to support Yang Emmanuel over her Emmanuel, she said, I will still respect it. I'm not contesting. Koga said, Senator Johnson, I will not respect your decision. I will contest. And he contested. He got 38% of the vote. So my message to your Nimbayans, including Yang is that Ide contested that election today. Yang is not senator. Today, Koga is senator. Ide contested the election. Yang is not senator today because Koga would have won the election. Today, the same Koga comes back to you to tell you tribal balance. An idea, a tradition that he did not respect yesterday. Today, he wants all of us, Liberians, to accept and respect tribal balance. They argue about tribal balance in the Senate. Today, he wants all Nimbayans to respect the idea or the tradition about tribal balance. When he did not respect it, something he did not respect, he said, you all should respect it today because he Koga. Same message and asking why he did not respect tribal balance yesterday. Why did he contest? Why did he contest against a Manon that was heavily supported by Senator Johnson? Oh, I don't have some Koga number in the phone here. UEL Samuel KOGL. How come? Okay, my man, please send me some Koga number, yeah, bro. Let me all the two numbers. Let me read two numbers on the way. Then him buying texting on there and asking why he didn't respect tribal balance yesterday. Why did he contest against Emmanuel Man Yanton yesterday that was supported by Prince Johnson, and he was advised not to contest because Prince Johnson was supporting Emmanuel person. Why didn't he respect that decision yesterday? And telling you to do it today. So let's go to the telephone lines and take your calls on 0776 104 104 0886 500 104 Those are the numbers to call and be a part of the show tonight. 0776 104 104 086 500 104. Those are the numbers to call. First, let me give one person $4,000 tonight. I just did a job to give somebody $4,000. Let me see. Okay, this person number is here. Right, so I will call the person. I'll call the person. I'll call the person 0555 0555 48 48 38 38 and 24. This person just received $4,000 because once you do the job, the money goes to your account automatically. So let me call this person and see whether this person picks his or her call. Let's see what about in peace. The phone ringing. Sending our money. Oh, let me try again. Let me try again. Let me try the number again. We've been sending you the $4,000. The number is off. The person playing. So we just can't do anything. Okay, so we'll go to the telephone lines and pick all of your calls. Tonight we'll take 10 calls tonight. And yeah, what do you have to say? Beginning with this, where's the female's number? Okay. Hello? Let's hear you. From Bagudu. Okay. Can you switch your monitor off or move away from the monitor? Okay, that person will call back the rules. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Please go ahead.
My name is Rodan Koma, calling from Baokale. And I am Nibanian.
But you're not voting tomorrow.
I will go early in the morning tomorrow.
Okay, good, good. Let's hear you. Those are you are people we want to talk to.
And what you are talking better about and the senator.
time around, and all of the behavior of the vice president this election. Let's assume that his actual motive or reason for supporting Koga is because he wants to have a balance in the Senate. Let's assume that that is the reason. Mike Blumer is Gil. Garrison Yelu is Gil. I am Gil. Oh, there's another Gil candidate. Koga is Gil. Now you mean to say that you want a Gil candidate? Those are the 4 Gil persons you have in the race. And now Sam Koga is a sitting lawmaker, for which reason, if he were to be elected, the government will have to spend another thousands or millions, whatever, to find his replacement. What is the logical justification? And I told Jerry himself. I told him at his house, I told him on the phone, and I've told him in so many text messages that my problem with him is not because he's supporting Sam Koga, but the measure of the hypocrisy that has become so unprecedented, and it's now followed by bad behavior and disrespect for the rule of law and the laws of elections in this country. So my point here is the measure of the hypocrisy. And to those who are supporting Jerry's bad behavior is funny. In this moment, the measure of the violation of the law.
And so in this recording, the Jerry he is referring to is the vice president. Go ahead.
Of our country is funny now. 14 months ago, they were crying around Pinsville. Oh, George, we are then using 50 million Liberian people money. You are now only using so much of the Liberian people money. You are now acting like you are actually constructing a foundation for dictatorship. So that if in the future, if you were to become president, we can now project onto the future what kind of president you will be. You stand in public square and you say, do the thing. You're not a monarch, my friend. And you have diminished the possibility of ever becoming president in this country by 1,000-fold. Let me tell you something. I have my supporters here in Nimba County. Madam Edith Gonglo have a supporters here in Nimba County. Blinwo has a supporter in Nimba County. Garrison Yelu has a supporter in Nimba County. You have now created a scenario. And let me tell you this quickly before I finish that point. I know you guys are many on the show. I'm a chess player, a professional chess player. I won multiple championships in chess. I see that the Unity Party government is playing long game chess with Jerry, but somehow he does not have the ability to see. In my mind, it's a long game that the party is playing with him. Because what is the reason for investing so much political capital in this race? Behind a candidate that you cannot justify, he's the most qualified. He's not the only guild candidate in this race. There has to be other reasons. So earlier today, we heard again that he did not go to Gapley, the vice president. He has been calling to places, telling the city mayor and all the other government officials that he's going there. Whenever he hears that a candidate is going there, and then he would disrupt your process, and then he don't show up. So for me, he has gone so far in not just violating the law, but doing things that are unprecedented and that are not okay. And for me, many persons would not be happy with him in the weeks and months and probably years ahead. That's all I wanted to say for tonight.
So that's the voice of one of the candidates in Nimba. A Fangado, a Guillaume. You listen to his analogy. And the tension in Nimba tonight, as I speak to you, part of it is that people who the National Elections Commission train higher, they apply, they train them, accepted them, and train them to deploy them to the different polling places. Within a space of 10 hours, because the guys were told to go to Ganta yesterday, Sunday, their names will be up and that they will receive payments or portion of their payments through mobile money to start deployment or to get ready for deployment to their different polling places or polling centers on Monday. Yesterday on Sunday, they went to the place in Ghana, the PSC school in Ghana, and the names were not posted. When they made inquiry, net people say, "Oh, you'll come out tomorrow, Monday." Election is Tuesday. NEC is supposed to post the names of individuals that are supposed to be deployed to the different polling places on Sunday, at least 24 hours before voting. NEC did not post it. So by Sunday yesterday, nobody knew whether they were selected, whether they were not selected, where they're going, where they're not going. Sunday, no NEC worker knew where he or she was assigned. On Sunday, this is Liberia. Monday today, they told the people, come on Monday morning. Monday morning, the people went there. The people spent the entire day there on Monday. Today, they've been there since the morning out up to 4, 5 o'clock. NEC officials had not posted the names of staffs that were supposed to be deployed to their different polling places to work. For imagine somebody, people spend from in the morning to 4:30, almost 5. When election is tomorrow, Monday, up to 4:30, 5 o'clock, NEC workers are now posted the names of polling staffs. So they can know where they are assigned and all of that to start moving in. So the people spend the whole day there. By 5:30, I'm told, according to our source, they went and posted the names on the wall. The names they posted, all the people that they selected that went through the application process, through the interview process. After the interview, they selected them. Now, the selection and training, not training, the selection and test. You see, the person applies. You select the person. You did not administer an aptitude test. Then you train the person to go do a piece of job. After you train the person to go and work as PO, for example, you listen. You put vacancy up for financial analyst. Maybe you wanted 10 persons. We apply for the positions. Financial analyst will be deployed at all of your banks. We apply. 30 persons apply. You want 10 persons. 30 persons apply. Of the 30 persons, because you want 10 persons, you selected 10 persons for after the application. You call the 30 person to an interview. You want 10 persons, 10 financial analysts. 30 persons apply. You call the 30 persons to an interview. After the interview with the 30 persons, you selected 10 persons. You want 10, no? 30 apply. You selected 10 after the interview. You did not administer an aptitude test. Instead, you took the 10 persons into your training room, into your conference room, and trained the 10 persons as financial analysts for a corporate banking institution. Get the point? So you drop 20 persons, meaning you already certify with the 10 persons on the basis of the interview. Access Bank used to do that because I know I applied for Access Bank interview job before. Access Bank used to do that way back. So but Access Bank will not train you before giving you aptitude test. They will interview you. You apply, they will interview you, do the interview. The panelists, some 1, 2 persons, they interview. After the interview, they post a short list. That short list meaning you go in to do aptitude test. After the aptitude test, then you go for training. Some will do aptitude test, then interview, then training. Some will do it the other way. So the different institutions have different reasons why they do aptitude test before training, or aptitude test before interview, or interview before aptitude test. But they don't train they don't train in the middle of the two. So when you're training somebody who you are not convinced that you will hire to work for you, you don't train in the middle of the two. Interview, training, then aptitude test. Hey, I know, but those of you who have been doing into HR for over 5 years, 10 years, you got more experience than me. So for me, the theory I learned, nothing in the theory I learned. Nothing in the theory I learned makes sense to me. Makes sense to make this thing make sense to me. Because to hire is a process. Hiring is a process. Like I said, my own HR training, that I learned, hiring is a process, and the process cannot be, conflicting. There's a reason why most HR people prefer training as a last stage to employment or to your contract. And when you reach a point where you are going to get trained by the institution, it means two things possible. The first possibility is that you have been selected or you've met a certain fashion or the criteria for employment, or you've met a certain fashion of the hirer, and maybe you may be placed on probation. Some people got pulled. Say, man, we can't let people go. They are smart, they're good. So say we need 10, we take 20 persons. The other 10 people will put their own training. But it's always the last stage. It can be in the middle. Because the person answers an aptitude test. The person when they interview. Then you train the person. Then you send them to do aptitude test. So let's use them in the context of NEC. Because NEC Mekara says, yes, there's a reason why we say the aptitude test last. We will hire them. We won't, after the interview, we train them, and then we test them to see whether what we train them, whether they grab it before they go apply them. Probably that NEC on the strategy, they're on the system. We interview you, we shortlist you for training. We train you, then we give you aptitude test on the basis of what you have been taught. Probably that's their own system. I never applied for a NEC job before. I don't know how it works. Probably that's their own system. Say anything here that's short-term thing, it's technical. So let's call the applicants. Let's interview them first to know whether they can speak good English, whether their comprehension is okay, and all of that. And whether they're meant to test their maturity level and the IQ. The IQ. So after you do that one, then you say, okay, let's train them. When we train them, then we give them tests on the basis of on the basis of the training they went through. Then we shortlist. If that's the case, if that's what they did, I hope I'm not providing escape route for NEC tonight. I hope I'm not providing escape route for NEC today. But if that's what they did, then for me, I will not have fundamental problem with it. The fundamental problem I will have will be, why the delay? Why are you holding or posting names of electoral staff after 5 o'clock on a Monday, the eve to election? When the people are supposed to be deployed, some 3 hours distance, some 2 hours distance. And you're posting the names 5 o'clock. And the next day is election. They have to go home. They've been there in the morning. So they are not even prepared. Their bags are not even set for departure. So they have to go there, identify their names, and then they're supposed to stay there. You do their mobile money payment and all of that, and then they go home, pack their bags, and start going for deployment. It means tonight, up to 10, 11 o'clock tonight, 12 o'clock tonight, their NEC staffers that will be still en route to their destination. That's what it means. Why hold on to the list until 5 o'clock to post it? It speaks to sinister motive. And like some of the guys here, they're taking the people from Moreover and putting the people there. The people that they want to work, the people they trust, the people that will take instruction from them. That's the people's names they are posting on the walls. So they wrote the names, some in pen, some were tape written. You see this long there? I see there, Dalaba, Meron, Zoya, Fatou Dodo, Topa, Sakpa, Mame, Banks, all the names here written in pen. You see Charles Ezra down. They change Oliver. In some cases, they put names. You see 1, 2, put in place number 004 at Upper Nima. Upper Nima by election in the 2 District 1. Name Paul S. Yaman. The person number here. Not the PO or something, the presiding officer here. The person name here, the number in the 2 District 1. Put in place number 4. So you see the contact, the position, the sex, the name, everything. So put in place number 4. These are the discrepancies that the folks are having issue with. You raising people's names, and and replacing with other people. So yeah, at with the number 12, I think I put in place number 12, they change it with 8086 to they change Olivia Riverses. They change it to Charles Eto down. I used to know one Charles Eto down. Way back, I know from my church. They change it, put the name with Charles Eto down. You come down again, you see they change the other person's name to Mary Bemi. You go up, continue going, put in place number 4. On the scene in the 2 district number 1. You see there, TSA 12 number 1. TSA 1215 for the 1. Prince Yende, presiding officer. Then between Prince Yende, between number 1 and number 2, they post some other name there. They change it from Princess Guanu to Princess Gay. They wrote their pen. So they drop Princess Guanu that is tab rating, meaning these are the names that were selected because they tapped them. So it got somewhere, they started replacing it with pen. So Princess Guanu is replaced with Princess Gay. Princess J. Gay. Comes down to just where Charles Eto read. So Charles Eto down is put in place number 5. They replace Olivia S. Riverses to Charles Eto down. Come down, they replace they replace Grace number 5 on put in place number 5. The 5th person name is replaced. Grace Dologbe is replaced with Mary Bropo. You go down, put in place number 6, everything okay in pen. Let's go to the next sheet. Let's go to the next sheet. You come down here, you see put in place. That's one that is Messiah, Isaiah Christian Academy, TDT 05. You see put in place number 1. All the names enter on leg for put in place number 2, whose name is written in pen as a presiding officer, Rhoda Cassell, presiding officer. You go down to the next list. Now they want placard, so pen. so pen. The names here, the person name, Lee Donna Femen Hope Memorial School. Put in place 1. Lee Donna put in place 2. So the whole put in place here. Let me see here. Lee Doma, the whole pay Lee Doma in Nima. Lee Doma Femen Hope Memorial School. This entire put in place. Put in place 1. This are person. Put in place 1, 2, 3. All replaced. So pen. they wrote pen. All the names. I'm saying one. I say all. So from lead donor, all the polling places, they written in pen. The information. You come down again to Yedekori, polling place one. I wonder one polling place here. All the names written in pen. You go down to Feridi, I don't know the name. Feridi Public School, polling place one. All the names written in pen. All the names written in pen. So these are the issues that the people who were trained are having with NEC. Now they are alleging that the process is not free, is not fair, and that the process, because the process is not free and not fair, George Donald Public School here also put in place 1, 2, 3, and 4. All the names written in pen. All. So now the very people who are trained are telling you that the fact that NEC can allow herself to be compromised with the with the selection process of not pool washer, but NEC workers, it means the process is not free. The election itself will not be free, will not be transparent, will not be fair. Who knows whether Jeremiah Kuhn, the vice president, is conspiring with NEC to send his own people as presiding officers and all of and anchors and all of that to the different polling places. It's possible, highly possible. Jeremiah Kuhn is capable of doing that. And the election magistrates in Lower and Upper Nima, one of the speakers said they should be dismissed. Whether they will be dismissed is another issue, because those guys are working for Jeremiah Kuhn. Those guys have been working for Kuhn all those years. That's how Kuhn has always been winning election in Nima, because those guys have been working for him. You saw the electoral process in Nima 2023. What happened? It was marred by huge, massive fraud. Fraudulent process. We are so all in saying your election, your result, your go. Your go govern. Nobody going to court. But again, welcome to Liberia. This is the country we have. Yes, we're going almost 30 minutes into 30 minutes extra time, but it was necessary. So we have to go home. We have about 3-4 more minutes to go. So it'll take us straight to 10:30. So we'll take 4 more calls in 30 seconds each, and then we'll wrap it up. But I wanted to play that recording for you, and I wanted to read these names to you so you know what's happening in Nima. But at the end of the day, we call on everybody to remain peaceful and focused on the process. It's important to remain peaceful, remain focused on the process, and let's hope that all of the candidates will have their pool washers on the alert. The pool washers will have to be vigilant. I was listening to Oliver talking about even going to the extent to inspect the papers, the ballot papers that they will give you. Interestingly, only one ballot paper they will give you. When the paper is looking too thick, like he said, I was laughing, but it was serious. When the ballot paper is looking too thick, hey, you as a pool washer, you got a right to raise multiple observations. Even if they are complaining, Mama, you no more, you talking too much, act. No, the ballot paper looking, there are 2 ballot paper here. It's looking too thick. Let me see. The person will open it. It is the responsibility of the presiding officer to ensure that the ballot paper issue 1 ballot paper to 1 individual. If the ballot paper looking too thick, ask the person to open it. You won't see it as a pool washer. Before they get that 3 or 5 ballot papers, he goes stand behind there, or she goes stand behind there and vote 5 times. And when he or she coming back, they only in the person in 1 finger. All the men that 5 ballot paper, they get the person. The person go back everything. Government a cheat. In the colors of the pen, the colors of the ink pens that will be used, the pool washers must be very careful. They must be on the alert to see the color of the colors of the pens that are being used. I applied that thing way back in one election, national election, and it worked. I call all the men and say, man, y'all tell the people that they present the ballot paper issuer that can sign on the ballot paper. That person use green pen. The presiding officer, let the presiding officer be the only person using black pen. all the people that come here to vote, all of them should only use blue ink. Make sure, all of you observers, make sure that the ink that people are using to ink or mark the ballot paper should only be blue. So I said, why? I said, yes, because the presiding officers themselves, in some cases, they can sit down and mark ballot papers. Check them in favor of candidate and stuff them in the ballot boxes and send it. When you go, you see black pen mark, blue pen mark. All of y'all, the pool washers, y'all make sure that blue pens or a particular color of pen must be used at all of the voting places for the voters. The voter can be using blue pen, the presiding officer using blue pen. No. You can sit down there in the morning, just set up your rules, just set up your structure and everything, you proceed. Make sure blue pens must always be behind those voting places. So when the ballot papers come out, you see also blue ink. So even if the presiding officer wants to mark, you gotta go around looking for blue pen. Because man, electoral fraud is pervasive. It's high in Nima. I can say that, especially 2 or 3 districts in Nima, it's high, extremely high. It's like all of the day in Nima. And I said that's how the vice president has always survived in Nima, electoral fraud. So he knows it, he believes in it, and he's not going to change or disease. Okay, so let's take maybe 2 more calls or 3 more calls, and then we'll call it a day or a night, and then we'll go home. Hello.
Yeah, Austin, how are you?
30 seconds. I'm fine, my brother. Please go ahead.
Okay, Austin, I don't call my name, but let me just get my information.
Okay.
Austin, as may be aware, the election commissioner was suspended. They were meant to intimidate us for this Senegal by-election. Just check the record. Because they got no claim against us, but tell say, oh, you get the election, we'll do this. So the people are going to have a watch out tomorrow. They got to be very vigilant. And I expect them for CDC to unleash men in Nima to go and guard the ballot people. If you don't do it, people, you can't wear people that will intimidate them and they will take the election for you. You can't do anything about it. You go to shopping, go to fly. So if they can't guide anything tomorrow, they might run after people.
Thank you. That's a nice observation. Interestingly, the actors are listening in the campaign team of Madam Gongdo Ware, Sam Koga, all of them listening. So it's good that they're listening, that they will take it. But normally the beneficiary of this cheating. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you. Let's hear you. 30 seconds.
Thank you. I'm Joshua Dike. I do join from Kawa community. What I want to say is that the election already been concluded. From the election commission decision that now posting all those listing ahead of time, they already tell all that election is fraud in favor of Samuel Kunga, because I want the people to listen. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's take the 10%. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, Austin, how you coming on?
I'm fine.
Yeah, my name is Vanny. I give 1 million we have for
Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah. So Austin, the kind of news that was coming from Nimba is very terrible. So
it is.
I'm really worried that the opposition got to come together and stand, because we don't stand up now. They thinking that the people that are doing in the by-election, they will do it 2029. So it's very scary. But I only want to tell the man tonight, please, when they go, let them vote their choice. They will not vote because of the person from the other party or the person from the other tribe. No. Vote for somebody that will seek your interest. Don't vote for somebody that you can see their interest. Don't vote for that kind of person. The person that can hear your voice, hear your voice to be heard. When they hear your cry, they run to you. Vote for that kind of person. So thank you.
Thank you very much. We do not have enough time. We have to go. We are going home. We are going home. Just we'll go home. We have to go. I know
are sleeping now. You gotta go to small, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us so. The people.
Yes, and don't continue to allow the people to fool you, the politicians to fool you. We have to go home. Thanks to all of you for joining the show tonight. Thanks to all of you for following the show. I'll leave you with this one from Thomas Jefferson. He said, the care of human life and happiness,
the thing we saw, it frustrates us,
and not their destruction,
why they should steal
is the first and only object of good government. The care of human life and happiness, and not their destruction, is the first and only object of good government. Any good government will be concerned about your happiness, about your livelihood, about your lives, about your survival, and not about destroying you. Any government who seeks to destroy you is not interested in your well-being. That government does not get qualified to represent your interests. That government is not responsible enough to represent you. You have to kick it out. Until we see tomorrow by God's grace, my name is Austin Kawa, and I was here, and we shall be here tomorrow by God's grace. Bye-bye.
The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough for time, but yeah, them state